What's up, y'all? It's Joe Budden. It's my favorite part of the holidays, Prize Picks, the best place to get real money action while watching your favorite sports. Join now because this holiday season, Prize Picks is giving millions in player rewards.
Download the Prize Picks app today and use code TACKLE and get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code TACKLE on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Welcome to I Don't Need an Acting Class with Milton Justice.
Yes, you had a question, Amanda?
I was just thinking that we probably also have to be just as careful about not pulling a place from our real lives.
Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Here's
so
the
thing. Pizza place I immediately that I grew up going to and have connections to, and I mean I can see.
All right, but the thing about it is, okay, the way you're talking about it, I'm bored to death, and I know you're bored to death, and that's the issue. The issue is not whether I use my life or somebody else's life. It is the effect it has on me. The reason that we say don't go to your own life is because you don't know your own life. You don't know the size of your own life. And so you talk about your life like it's nothing. I think the problem is when most of you talk about experiences, you're not very interesting. You talk about things as if you're reporting. It's like if I can tell you about when I met Harold Pinter, and the same thing when I sat next to Edward Albee, who was the most pompous man I've ever met in my life, and I thought, fuck you, what the hell is your problem? You know, I worry about you telling me about walking to the subway. I'm afraid I'll fall asleep hearing about it. I mean, you all don't find your lives interesting. I find mine fascinating. I've spent my whole life finding it absolutely unbelievable that a kid from Texas could end up doing what I did. That's the reason I said if I died tomorrow, do not mourn for me. I have had the most fabulous life. I mean, after I won the Oscar, I had to go to the bathroom and I was peeing. And I didn't know whether to put it on top of the urinal, which didn't seem like really a good place to put it. And so then I tried to put it down on the floor and I had the same problem. I thought, you can't put the Oscar on the floor. I just won it. And so I was sitting there and the guy next to me said, do you want me to hold it? And of course, my immediate thought was, hold what? But I said, yes, please. And I handed him my Oscar so I could pee. It's like, who has that? In the same way that we have stopped the ability to look and see and describe what we see in a way that brings us to life, we're missing something. We're missing passions. If I said to somebody, so tell me about yourself, you said, well, I come from Eastern Europe, and I decided to go and become an actor and sort of things. And I think to myself, my God, here is somebody who left his home, who left a place that he felt comfortable and moved halfway around the world to pursue a dream. My God. But you see, none of you see yourselves that way. It's the reason I think using your own life is a bore, because you don't think your life is that interesting. I mean, Jesus Christ, the first time I saw the statue of the David in Florence, I was so overwhelmed that my contact lens popped out. And this fabulous girl, I was down looking on the ground, and this fabulous girl knew it. She said, I know exactly what happened. And so I suddenly had a new best friend as we're trying to look under the David to find my contact lens. And then, of course, I looked up at this statue. It was so overwhelming. I can build that. I understood there was a disease for many years in Italy of people having heart palpitations from looking at artwork. And I said, well, those weren't Americans. Anyway, does that make sense?
I Don't Need an Acting Class is created and hosted by Milton Justice. Producer is me, Walker Vreeland, and director of online media is Evan Solers. Music is by Jeffrey Keyser, and for more info on Jeffrey's work, you can go to jeffreykeyser.com. Please subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. You can find us online, idontneedanactingclass.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, and you can continue to send your questions to Milton at questionsformilton@gmail.com. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you back here next week.